Hello everyone! Welcome back for another Paladins video. Thank you all so much for your support in our first Paladins video last week, where I showed you my favorite way to play Inara. If it wasn't for you, these things wouldn't be possible. So I appreciate all of you so much, so here's to round 2. Now, over the past week, Evil Mojo streamed the anniversary update show out later in June on Twitch. They announced many balance changes, an event for free skins, and the return of alpha maps in a new game mode. But as most mid patches are, this one is heavily focused on balance alongside the anniversary of Paladins. Happy Pentiversary, everyone! As always, I'm always excited for something new in Paladins. And staying true to Paladins fashion, they did announce quite a lengthy list of balance changes.
Our first character that we're going to talk about is Azaan.
Azaan
is kind of has had a notorious streak sometimes, right?
Our they increased his health.
We the
for
players
what? What about Barrack?
So we're increasing his base health to 13 seconds.
Look at his ire.
17%. Changes to ire. No. Taking damage by 7. Ire's delay is 10%.
I agree with
the
increased
decay
damage.
Rate has been reduced by 10%.
He didn't increase his
Big
damage.
Numbers,
they increased how much ire he received.
The biggest change I can tell you all right now is Azaan only needs 6 hammers to get the max.
Now, as you've just seen from that clip of my live reaction on Twitch to the anniversary update show, I was a bit taken back by some of the frontline balance changes they're bringing to us in the anniversary update. As you've seen in that clip, they're looking to buff quite a few front lines, from Azaan to Atlas, Terminus, Yagurath, as well as Makoa. Now, I'm not sure where they got the idea that Azaan needs to be buffed back to release. I'm sure if any of you have been around long enough, you know the woes and non-woes of release Azaan. I'm sure we can all remember no audio. So, with so many front lines being buffed, what does that leave us to do in the realm? What does one good player do? We adapt where necessary and whip out our best counters. But I have a feeling we aren't thinking of the same counter to Azaan. Well folks, it's time to practice your damage Grohk. That's right folks. We're here to talk about Grohk. Now I know this seems a bit strange. When I say to you a list of front lines are being buffed, I'm sure you're thinking of your heavy hit scans like Victor, Vivian, Leon, or Betty and Dredge to tear down that tank's HP. But today we're here with Grohk. We're going to put some emphasis on Maelstrom to increase the damage of Lightning Staff to 70. Your weapon shots reduce the cooldown of Shock Pulse by 0.5 seconds, and Shock Pulse chains 4 additional times, with an additional 10% damage from the passive of Surgery. Throughout this video, you'll see 2 different gameplays where I'm playing with my friends using Maelstrom. With Maelstrom, much emphasis is put on Shock Pulse and Lightning Staff. At base, Lightning Staff deals 65 damage every 0.1 second and deals up to an extra 30% increased damage the longer you're continuously hitting a target. The staff will recharge over time after a brief period of not firing and has a max ammo count of 100, where Shock Pulse has a 6-second cooldown and firing a shocking projectile that chains between enemy players, dealing 150 damage per bounce, and chains up to 5 enemies within 50 units and has a range of 300, much like Inara's Seismic Crash. Psst, that's her ultimate. So, that being said, you'll see 2 different gameplays as this video goes forward. The first one you'll see will be using my loadout called Zap Zap, where it focuses on the chain range of Shock Pulse, ammo regen, maximum ammo, and a little bit of health. You're playing the IO. Just hide Luna, you'll be alright. Just keep her behind that like pillar thing. Ooh, I hit that ping. Oh, he got stuck in it! Rock slide! We did it! Ah! No! Hello, Tiberius. like a pillar. Pyro. Okay. Cardio victors, time to run. That's the one thing you know how to do. Run, run, Rudolph. Run, run, Rudolph. Got her. Woo! Nice. Tree. Now that first gameplay is alright, but I felt like Grohk needed something. So we've adapted that here with Zap Zap Pings. I've called it Pings because with the Shock Pulse you're constantly chaining your lightning to enemies nearby the target you've hit. So this loadout focuses on increased ammo regen, the chain range on your Shock Pulses, but also for each enemy hit with your Shock Pulse, you will heal for 90 health with Lightning Rod. At first, I didn't think this card was necessary to have in my loadout, but as you see through this video, it really just does like a little something for Grohk. It keeps him alive longer to wear down the tanks on point and support his team. Going forward, if you were to make your own Maelstrom loadout, I really encourage you to put some emphasis on ammo regen. This frees up an item buy in-game where you will not need deft hands. As we go into the gameplay you're about to see, you'll often see me buy the same items over and over again. I usually start with Chronos to bring the cooldown of Shock Pulse lower, even though it already reduces with the use of Lightning Staff. It just gets that Shock Pulse back faster so I can deal more damage to the tanks on point. You'll see me buy defensive items such as Haven and Resilience, perhaps Wrecker if it's a shield heavy team, Kill to Heal because Grohk is still a healer and he benefits from elims from around his team when his totems passively heal them. Sometimes you'll see me buy Deft Hands, but if your loadouts are focusing on ammo regen, you do not necessarily need to have Deft Hands in your loadout. This frees up an item slot for you to work on defensive items to protect yourself throughout the match. Oh, I hit a ping! It's fine, I can still ping off of you. I got you, Nova. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be okay. Trellin's on the right. Ow! No, what was that for? Nope. Wait, I hit the button. No. I'm out, my dude. Nice, guys. GG's. GG's! So what do you think after watching those two gameplays of Maelstrom Grohk? Do you think he will be a good counter to the new tank meta we're moving into? Let me know in the comments down below. Is this your favorite way to play Grohk with Maelstrom? Or do you prefer Totemic Ward or Spirit's Domain? If you have a nice Spirit's Domain or Totemic Ward loadout, leave it down below for me. I wouldn't mind dabbling in a bit of healer Grohk. I think it'd be pretty fun. And if Maelstrom Grohk is your favorite way to play the Lightning Orc, What is your favorite loadout? Should I change something in mine that's even better? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here, talking about Damage Grohk and how we're going to combat releases on once again in the realm. And I'll see you next time. Have a good evening, everybody.
That's 2 in a row. Keep them coming. Killing spree. Ooh, Quadra.
Oh, I got a Quadra. Let's go.